Okay, so today I'm going to start this video off with good morning. It's usually the way it happens. For most of you that have been watching these videos, I appreciate it. I thank you for your kind comments and understanding on how a farm actually works. Yes, not everybody does their own repairs like I do. Not everybody is as dedicated to making sure that all the equipment is ready to go by themselves, for themselves, like I am. I mean, there's plenty of farming channels out there that will show the glitz and the glamour of agriculture, but they're not going to show you the dirty works of agriculture, like the shit that I'm dealing with. They all deal with it too, whether it's I'm not even going to name channels. It doesn't even matter. The difference is I am older than 90% of the farming channels out there. I am, this is my deal. These pieces of equipment that you see here are owned by me, not a parent of mine, not a grandparent of mine. They are mine. I've paid for these things dearly over the years. I've had my share of problems, and I've learned how to overcome those problems. Just like the farming channels that are out there, they are learning what I learned when I was their age, and it's just it is what it is. Now, when it comes to family matters, my children Joseph and Timothy are here helping me take this tractor apart. This is, believe it or not, a learning experience for them. I have done this already. I've done it many times. As a matter of fact, how old was I when I did this? I think I was 31 when I did this tractor the last time. Timothy is now approaching 24. The mistake that Timothy made by pulling that input planetary apart was a mistake that I made when I was 31 years old. It was very difficult to figure out how to get that thing back together so that it would not bind. Yes, it binds. So, I know there's a lot of armchair mechanics or even some mechanics that have worked on other pieces of equipment, but not this one. There are timing marks on the planet gears. There are timing marks on the sun gear. And yes, there is a timing mark on the input shaft, which has the outer ring gear where that planet gears run in. So don't tell me it's not timed, because it is. Now, as for Timothy, Timothy is a grown man. He gets paid just like any other farmhand. As a matter of fact, he gets paid extremely well. It's all par for the course, He is going to learn how to do this. And if he doesn't learn, or if he doesn't do what he is told, of course he's going to get scolded. The problem is a lot of you snowflakes out there that are berating me for yelling at him for being a dumbass. Maybe your parents should have broke their foot off up your ass a little more often than they did, or maybe you just didn't appreciate what they were trying to teach you and you resented them for trying, and you just being a total douchebag and not listening. That's your problem. Timothy is a very intelligent young man, and I'm pretty sure he won't be pulling that apart anytime soon again without marking it first. Yes, it needed to be inspected, but it needed to be marked first. And it wasn't on film that I told him not to take that thing apart, but he just, in the excitement of youth, pulled it apart. So, Joseph, on the other hand, doesn't really know much about this operation. He doesn't know much about the ins and the outs of it. He definitely doesn't know what the inside of this tractor looks like until now. And he's learning, he's trying. He, again, is a very smart kid, a little different than Timothy. But his realm of interest is very different than what Timothy's was or is. Not that he isn't trying and not that he isn't helping. He is just in that learning phase. He is 17 years old. So hopefully some of this stuff sticks. But anyway, with that being said, snowflakes beware. I will not put up with your stupid shit. I'm not going to block you, but I certainly am not going to entertain
paste.
you.
We love you. I love tomato paste. It's good for making like sauces and.
What about ketchup? That's tomato paste.
Who?
Ketchup.
Oh, I hate ketchup. Ketchup is shit.
Edibles colored red.
No. I don't think it's chemicals colored red. I just think it's shit. I don't like. All right, so we're down to 9/16 here. We might as well pull these toes. Damn it! What happened, Tim?
Drop it an inch.
Yeah, you get that off of there. Okay, so we're getting there. Looks a little better now, huh?
Yeah.
Just a mess Joe made.
God damn it, Joe.
What? Look, show me. You did it.
I didn't do shit. I think you did it.
I think Tim did it.
Yeah, right.
Actually, Tim is the one that did it.
Break it.
Yes. Cool. We are going to have to put that cab down, but we're going to need blocks of wood. And what we'll do is we'll set it, like, we're going to move that chair or toolbox, whatever, set it over there, because this little grenade that's in here weighs about 5 million pounds.
Pretty sure we can handle it.
The skids here. And, I mean, I did it almost, I did it wrong with the one last time I did it.
You have to let it get that. Give me a little tough thing over there. I'm trying to do.
It work.
What does it work?
Hold on, it's just stiff and now it's smooth.
She said, well, it's stiff and now it's just limp.
This is going extensions, right?
What is it?
That thing that you gave Tim yesterday because he was flipping out.
What that rack, the socket?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can put it in there. I think 11/16.
Got it. Ratchet or
Just a regular ratchet.
now that the wrenches are kind of organized, it's easier to pick them out.
Oh, that wasn't bad.
I know they weren't bad, but now they're better.
More butter in there?
They're more good.
Now, all these little doodads. Where's that? Probably on that side. Is that 11/16? No, give me 5/8. Grandpa? Sounds like it. Huh?
How the hell?
Okay, so we're up and running here. All that's going on here is we're taking apart the 4960. I didn't get to say everything I wanted to say in the first segment of this video on snowflakes and other people, but I'm not going to mention them anymore. As you can see, Timothy is here working with me. He hasn't hit me with a wrench, hasn't backhanded me, because I taught him better than that. You respect your parents, and that's just the way it goes. And he's a fine young man. He's learning very well. He's 23 years old. Hopefully I'm mentoring him well enough that he will be able to tear this tractor apart in his sleep the next time it needs to be torn apart. I think he doesn't have the confidence to do it, but I think he has the ability for sure. Joseph, on the other hand, really hasn't paid too close of attention as to what's been going on the farm in his, up until now. He is, he's 17 years old. What do you want? I thought he should be a little more hands-on than what he is, but, hey, there's a thing called divorce, and, when one half wants to do things the other half doesn't want to do, things get ugly real quick, and it costs everybody a lot of money. But anyways, he's here now, and he's learning, and hopefully he takes something away from this experience that is having. You know, he tells me, and you might hear it in this video, that he says, I only see shapes and I don't know where in the hell they go. I was like, well, pay attention and you'll understand what shape goes in what hole. It's like trying to shove a square peg in a round hole. That don't work. You got to look for the round peg. And pretty much everything has its place and a sequence that it goes in. And if you don't put it in the right sequence, or when you get it all buttoned up and it's back together and you got parts left over, there's going to be a problem. So we're just going to try not to have any problems. Yeah, so with that being said, I was asked multiple times by different people to go out to the National Farm Machinery Show in Louisville, Kentucky, and I just can't do it. I just couldn't do it, and I really wanted to. I mean, I really wanted to. There were 3 shows that I really wanted to go to this year, and I didn't get to go to any. Actually, there was 4 shows, and I didn't get to go to any of them. One was Agritechnica in Germany, Hanover, Germany. I would have loved to go on to that. I really wanted to, but money and time dictate what you can do. I'm saving. I have a savings account here, and it's designed specifically for those kinds of trips. And, you know, I'll have the money next year. The other one was the Llama show in England, which I'm glad I didn't go to because it was canceled. It's a 2-day show. Day 1 was fine. Day 2 was shut down. The third show, obviously, was the National Farm Machinery Show in Louisville, Kentucky. And I was asked by several people, everyone from Big Tractor Power to, you know, Ryan from How Farms Works to Fastline. Fastline magazine had asked me to come out. And, you know, there's if you see who showed up out there in their videos, other YouTubers that have showed up out there, they're all, with the exception of, they're pretty much all in their 30s or, you know, 20s, early 20s to, I think there's one person that's in her 30s. She went there, and hopefully she had a good time. I don't know, but I have too much responsibility here on the farm to just tear away and do that. Plus, I have a trip planned, and I can't just disappear and expect other people to do the work that I need to get done before I go. So there was just no way I was going to get to go to that one. And, you know, that's just the way the dice, you know, rolled out. You know, I would love to, but I can't. Now, last video that I made, I talked about not being able to go to these machinery shows because I can't see any of the machinery because people come up to me all the time. Well, that is the burden that I bear by posting videos on YouTube. It just is what it is. Would I like to go and have a 100% don't bother me day? Sure, I would. But you know what? That's not going to happen. And I realize that. And is it something that I mean, there's a lot of people. I would talk to anybody. If they came up to me, I would definitely talk to them. But I just wish sometimes that I could see the machines that I went there to see and, not be bothered. But that's just not going to happen. So I choose not to go to those shows like I used to. I mean, I used to go to all the shows, especially when I was growing corn and soybeans, But, as far as that goes now, I will be going to some shows this coming year, I'm sure. I'm going to try to anyway. And, I'll talk to anybody that comes up to me. Just don't want to talk for hours. It'll be short and sweet. I'm going to look at my watch there, and I'm going to say, okay, we got 5 minutes because I really want to get down the line here today.
That thing. Clutch pads. There's only four things in there. What's this there? The gasket's junk. Obviously, I think it was legal. Now we have to, inside there, that pump has to be taken out. I don't think I do not have to split it there. Yeah, it's in there. It's not in there. It's in this thing. There.
He's just looking.
I'm just looking. What do you think you're going to say?
The inner workings of the machine.
That was the bearing
That was the bearing, that was that?
Well, yeah, there you go.
That's the park paw.
That's the part paw. That's all that gear does, park.
I don't understand or any of this. Engine. I don't understand it.
Transmission.
Transmission, engine, anything that goes into a machine.
You can't understand this?
No, like anything engine-wise or mechanical like that. I forget the names of most parts, and half the time I don't know what they look like or what they even do.
Foot pads,
Yeah. This is going to be a tight sucking motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
What do you plan on getting a big hunk of metal out of there?
So start going and getting blocks of wood. And Tim will take it out in the middle here. Oh, I didn't get your ear, did I?